In 1885, my great-grandfather plowed virgin Nebraska prairie that contained 100 tons of carbon per acre. By the time I was born, it had 10 tons of carbon per acre. The other 90 tons is in the atmosphere. If farming and forestry could sequester soil organic matter by 4 parts per thousand, the 4 per thousand initiative, that would totally offset the annual increase in greenhouse gas emissions from all other sources, and we'd stop losing 30 football fields a minute of farmland. The French have set a 56 euro per ton carbon price to take effect in 2020. If industry had to budget 56 euros per ton for their emissions, they would happily purchase offsets from farming and forestry. Organic and biodynamic farmers increase their soil organic matter by approximately 7 parts per thousand. If everybody farmed like that, not only would we cancel out the 16 billion tons of emissions, but we could effect a 12 billion ton annual reduction in greenhouse gas levels. Meanwhile, the CAP and the USDA are continuing to burn food. The US burns 190 million tons of corn every year. The EU burns 12 billion liters of rapeseed oil every year. So what would farmers do if they could get something like 56 euros a ton for the carbon they sequestered? Well, they'd reduce inputs such as nitrates, herbicides, and pesticides. They'd increase soil carbon by the use of compost, biochar, and permanent pasture. In the US, they'd plant prairie grasses instead of ethanol corn. In Britain or Europe, they would plant trees instead of rapeseed. Soil is the world's most important commodity. Capital markets price and trade commodities. We could, in theory, drop all farm subsidies by creating a realistic carbon price. Farmers and foresters could then do the rest. Soil carbon could be a 1 trillion commodity market, bigger than oil, and not requiring micromanagement by government control. Thank you.